I've been using an Elgato Stream Deck for the past few weeks, and it's a very nifty tool. The Stream Deck is a 15-button keypad with LCD screens for each key. It's very easy to customize, and as the name would suggest, it's practically made for streamers. If you are a content creator or in this circle at all, you might recognize Elgato for their extensive capture card line, so this will be a good primer to see how they hold up as they branch out to other pieces of gear. The Stream Deck has some direct integration with common streaming apps and websites, but the customization doesn't end there. Elgato isn't shy about the fact that the Stream Deck interfaces directly with their own software, obviously, but also OBS, Twitch, Twitter, and Tippy Stream. If you use none of those things, the Stream Deck isn't quite as appealing. You can program very basic macros and commands with the Stream Deck, but the direct integration is obviously key. So what can you do with the Stream Deck? The functions for each service vary, but are, for the most part, what you'd expect. You can directly start recordings in the Elgato software and toggle different audio sources. You can switch scenes in OBS, toggle chat modes on Twitch, tweet with the touch of a button, show and hide on-screen elements with Tippy Stream, and much more. The list goes on, and with general hotkey functionality, you'd be hard-pressed to find something you couldn't do with the Stream Deck. As I said, however, the direct integrations are what make the Stream Deck very convenient. Setting up scene switching for OBS, for instance, is very simple due to the direct tie-in, but if you wanted the same functionality with something like XSplit, you'd have to set up the Stream Deck with hotkeys instead. Setting up those hotkeys isn't very hard, but it's obviously not as convenient as the alternative. The more basic options available in the Stream Deck are convenient enough to make it pretty comparable to just a generic USB keypad. You can assign every key to basic buttons if you wanted to, so while the intended use case is for macros or a video controller, you can just assign WASD to the Stream Deck and control your game from it, or assign all of your common Photoshop tools to each button. If you do start to use the Stream Deck for common tasks and find that 15 buttons isn't enough for absolutely everything, you can hide things in folders for less common tasks, or save profiles in the preference menu for when you really need one setup for streaming and one for other productivity. Unfortunately, the process of loading and unloading profiles isn't easy, but it is supported, so easier access could come in the future. The Stream Deck can be as simple or complex as you need it to be. Regardless of how you use the Stream Deck, the interface for customizing the keys is top-notch. Elgato software features a drag-and-drop tool to easily assign keys, rearrange them on the Stream Deck, and customize the artwork on the keys themselves. If you're a more visually oriented person, this will allow you to easily set up the Stream Deck to work how you want, but also have the look that matches your preferences. Even if you're not artistically inclined yourself, Elgato has basic defaults for everything, as well as a simple tool to create basic designs for each of the buttons. As with anything visual or design oriented, the sky is really the limit. The unit itself is sleek and very understated. Elgato seems to be going for a very modern look with their products, so the Stream Deck is very simple. The LCD screens on each key look very clean, and the look on the Stream Deck on your desk will depend mostly on how much effort you put into customizing your keys. The stand the Stream Deck comes with is very simple, and I dare say a little cheap feeling. I can't imagine you'll move the Stream Deck around a lot, so as long as it doesn't just fall apart, which it hasn't for me, then it's all good. The stand can fold into a few different angles to allow the Stream Deck to sit at a more comfortable angle for you other than just flat against the desk. If you do need to package the Stream Deck with the stand itself holds conveniently to have a small impact overall. This brings us to price and comparisons. The Stream Deck is $149.99 on Amazon, and for the quality of the item, I'd say that's not that bad. I want to stress that the Stream Deck is very convenient, but it is in no way a requirement for streamers of any size. That being said, let's look at some other alternatives to see where the Stream Deck actually sits. If functionality is your priority, then there are quite a few options available, some much cheaper. The X-Keys XK24 is the most direct comparison at $140, and also has 24 keys instead of just 15. From there, most USB keypads are less than $100 and are still very customizable. You can even get some MIDI pads to work for your streaming software. From a purely functional standpoint, there are plenty of options available for you. If you care at all about aesthetics, however, then the Stream Deck has no comparison really. All the options I could find for USB keypads didn't have LCD keys and generally have an "it works" look. The only product I could think of off the top of my head that had LCD keys at all is a high-end Razer keyboard with LCD macro keys on the side. After using the Stream Deck for the last few weeks, the main thing I can say is that it would be hard to stop using it at this point. I'd still stand that you don't need one to stream, but it makes some things very convenient. I primarily use the Stream Deck to change scenes, and that alone is pretty nice. And as a person that cares about aesthetics, I appreciate that Elgato has made a product that looks good. I'm really just hopeful for the future with the Stream Deck. I primarily stream with XSplit, so direct integration there would be nice, and more tie-ins with other products in general would really make something like the Stream Deck flourish. As it stands, the Stream Deck would be a nice addition for your streaming setup if convenience is what you're looking for and streaming is more than just a hobby for you.